Well, let's use completeness square to put this in the right form. Because our standard form says we're going to have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. So that's our goal. Step one is to, and this applies specifically to circles. Step one is to divide by whatever number is in front of your x squared. Number in front of our x squared is 4, so we're going to divide everything by 4. So then that gives us x squared plus y squared plus 3x minus 6y plus 41 over 4 is equal to 0. If it's a circle, you will have the same number in front of the x squared as you do the y squared. If you didn't, if these were different numbers, then it would be a different shape. It'd be like an ellipse, which we'll see later on in the course. Or, depending upon the signs, could be a different, another shape. Then we want to group the x's. So I'll put the x squared and the 3x next to each other. I'll group the y's. So I'll put the y squared minus 6y next to each other. And I'll take the number, the constant term, to the right side. So 41 over 4, I'll take the right side, becomes a negative 41 over 4. Now we want to complete the square on the x's and on the y's. Now to complete the square on the x's, we're going to take the numbers before our x, which is 3, and we're going to multiply it times a half, and we're going to square it. So we got 3 halves squared, which gives us 9 fourths. And then we're going to add that to both sides. So we got x squared plus 3x plus 9 fourths equals negative 41 over 4 plus 9 fourths. We also want to complete the square on the y's. So take the number for our y, which is negative 6, multiply it times a half and square it. It's always times a half and it's always squared. Negative 6 times a half is negative 3, and negative 3 squared is 9. And then we'll add that to both sides. Notice specifically when I added to the this side, the 9 fourths, I add to the x group. When I added to this side with the 9, we specifically added to the y group. So you have to add it to the appropriate group. Now these I'm going to add together. Now these will factor. This factors as x plus 3 halves squared. This one factors as y minus 3 squared. Now I'm not some kind of factoring genius. The trick to it is whatever number's right here, right before you square it, sign included, is what goes right here. Notice here we got a negative 3. So that's why we put a negative 3 here. Okay, negative 41 over 4 plus 9 fourths. Negative 32 over 4 plus 9. And then we got x plus 3 halves squared plus y minus 3 squared equals negative 32 divided by 4 is negative 8 plus 9 is 1, so that's 1. Now at this point, to find r, we take the square root of that. Square root of 1 is going to give us 1. You're wondering specifically about the radius. If I had to guess what you did wrong, I can't see your steps, but if I had to guess what you did wrong, I'm guessing you didn't add, well, even then you would still have a negative 41 over 4 over here, not a positive 41 over 4. But that's how they get the radius of 1.